This is the 10th and final lesson in our email course entitled Data Storytelling for Sports. In this lesson, we'll cover 3 main topics. The first topic will be answering the question of why video. The second topic will discuss how you create a script. Here we'll design a short script for our data story entitled, What if Mario hadn't missed any games? And the third topic will walk through how to create and produce the video. We'll close the lesson and the course with how you can continue to get high-value content and courseware through DTP&x media. Video is one of the most powerful formats for telling a data story, especially when you want to move people from information to insight. Video is a great way to tell a data story because it combines narrative with visuals, which can have a dramatic impact on your audience. Video combines motion, sound, visuals, and voiceover. Perfect for walking viewers through complex information step by step. You can control pacing and emphasize key moments with zooms, highlights, or animations. Further, you can pair data visuals with music, tone, or real-world footage, which adds emotional weight to numbers. What's great about video is that it leads to high engagement and retention. According to Forbes, viewers retain 95% of a message when they watch it in a video, versus only 10% when reading it. Further, it's perfect for explaining difficult concepts like models, simulations, or time-based comparisons. And lastly, it's reusable across platforms. That is, you can edit one long video into shorts, reels, carousels, or animated images for socials and presentations. Depending on the type of video you're creating, your script may look different. For example, if you're writing a documentary or have actors, then you'll use a more formal script. Our videos are often tutorials, so we write our weekly newsletters first and then use that as the input into the script for the video. Thus, the video follows a similar structure to the newsletter and acts much like a tutorial, and they can cross-reference one another. If we take the data story outline we've been working on throughout this course and build a script from that, we'll first need to revisit the final data story outline. Recall that the data story outline included 5 elements, as you can see here. You're likely not going to use all of the specific pieces of the story outline. So, the first step is to review the data story outline and select the elements that would be best represented in a video. We'll then fashion those elements into a script. Creating a strong video script for a sports data story from our data story outline means blending narrative storytelling with data insights in a way that's engaging, visual, and easy to follow. Here's a step-by-step process you can use to go from the data story outline to a compelling script, whether you're building a YouTube essay, TikTok breakdown, or a narrated reel. First, start with the hook. You only have a few seconds to grab attention. Begin with a big question, surprising stat, or emotional what if. For example, what if I told you Mario Lemieux should have been the NHL's all-time leading goal scorer? At this point, your goal is to spark an immediate sense of curiosity. Second, introduce the premise and context. Now that you've grabbed attention, explain what the story is about and why it matters. For this part, we're going to take a step back and reference Gretzky and Lemieux to compare their career statistics. At this point, your goal is to give the viewer a reason to care, but also to show them that you're going to throw them a curveball. Third, present the data and analysis, break down the data visually and narratively. You've seen this before in the socials and infographics, but for this one, we'll leverage the line chart and statistical comparison of Gretzky's and Lemieux's career. The goal at this stage is for us to use analytics and statistics to support our hook. Fourth, build the narrative arc. This is the core of the story, where you present conflict, surprise, or contrast. For our data story, this is where you build on Lemieux being a better player than Gretzky. Fifth, deliver the takeaway. The last part of the video reinforces what the data says. It answers the question of, what does it mean for the viewer? For our data story, we'll reinforce the projected statistics here, and close with a final question to spark reflection or debate. Also, it's a good opportunity to engage with the audience. For example, do they agree? Would they offer another player, etc.? This is where we'll finish strong and potentially offer a call to action. For example, so if Lemieux really was the better goal scorer, are we ready to rewrite hockey history? To create the video, we use Camtasia and Premiere Pro. We also use PowerPoint, Canva, Photoshop, and other tools to create images. We also use Excel, R, Python, and Power BI for our data analyses and predictive modeling. And then we use different tools to pull the video together, depending on the type of video. For example, we'll use 11 Labs for voiceovers, Artlist for sourcing stock images, video, and music, Midjourney to create AI-generated images, and Runway to animate them. You'll of course find your own path, but these are just a few of our tools. Here's a sample of a video that we created using the script and process that we just walked through.
What if I told you that the greatest goal scorer in NHL history wasn't Wayne Gretzky? Wayne Gretzky holds the record with 894 goals. Mario Lemieux? Just 690. But here's the thing, Mario played 572 fewer games. When he was on the ice, Lemieux scored at a higher rate than Gretzky, 0.754 goals per game compared to Gretzky's 0.601 goals per game. That's like scoring 3 goals every 4 games. Now imagine this. If Lemieux had played as many games as Gretzky, he would have scored 1,121 goals. That's over 200 more than the Great One. Injuries and cancer kept Mario off the ice, but the numbers suggest if he stayed healthy, he'd be the greatest goal scorer the NHL has ever seen. Think Lemieux was the real GOAT? Drop us a like or a comment.
Well, congratulations! You've completed the Data Storytelling for Sports course. We hope you learned a few things. If you're ready to build your own data stories, then be sure to head on over to datapunk.media and sign up for free content and courseware. We're also going to publish regular data stories and show you how you can build your own data story projects.